From Graphic VR University. She's doing her PhD in AI, and we have Raminder ma'am, and she'll be a co-moderator. I believe everyone is aware about the topic of the agenda of the presentation over here. So let's run a brief introduction so that everyone gets to know each other first. A quick introduction. I just everyone has microphones over here. So quickly we can introduce ourselves to each other, and then we'll start presenting our thoughts for the day.
Hi, good evening everyone. This is Juneja from Children's Academy, and it's a great privilege for me. And thank you to Ashish sir, Samson, and Kapil sir that they have given me the privilege and have given me the seat of this co-moderator. This is a surprise for me, definitely. So, education you all do. Previously, I used to hold the mic only for the singing. I cannot resist myself from singing, but I'll start with one thing. The topic which says role of AI. We are going to talk on that. I'll sing the song. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. So here, small students can learn this thing. If we say theoretically like that, it will be hard for them to learn. But if we will sing and make them sing, they will be able to learn it more quickly. Same is the role of AI. That AI is basically the personalized teaching. As we all know, I don't have to tell, we all know, it is a personalized teaching, which connects the students with the subjects. Like previously at our times in the classrooms, it was only one teacher who is speaking and the students only people were listening at that time. It was quite a boring lecture, or it was like we cannot understand the things easily, cannot grasp the thing easily. But the time which we have faced has now been completely different. And we are watching the visualizations are being connected by the students. Like my subject is history. It is very hard for the students to learn the complete stories, the complete events. But if I have to explain them, they are understanding it a bit. I can say 50%. But after if I am showing to 50% to visual, as in the form of the visualization, they are getting the complete 100% scores, I can say, in the board's exams. So it is a surprise for me that once I'm scoring the student, you won't get the marks in the examination. But after the examination, when I'm getting the result in front of it, surprising. They are scoring 100 on 100, 100 on 99, 100 on 99. And they used to say, ma'am, aap to kehte the main number nahi launga, allow me, ab main kaise le aaya? So it is all because of AI. So thanks to AI. The father of AI, as we all know, is John McCarthy. The one, and thanks to him, may God bless his soul, wherever he is, he has done a huge, I would like to thank to him, that it has become quite easy for us to make the students understand and get the clarification of the chapters of the exercises and make this course for us. Thank you so much and welcome all over here. Let me pass the mic to now.
In residential school, and it's indeed a pleasure to be here. My thanks to ArdorComm Media and for organizing this a wonderful platform for all of us to get together and to brainstorm on current and relevant topics. So I was part of a panel in the morning about the NEP and its implementation, the challenges that we're facing. And since morning, whatever panels I have attended, I am only going to go back a very enriched person. Now the role of AI and emerging tech in enhancing learning outcomes, this is a topic very close to my heart because I have always felt that technology and IT and now AI are very, very powerful tools that we can really use to hone our own skills, first as educators, and then to help students hone theirs. And though at the same time, being the devil's advocate, I am also an advocate for cyber safety and for screen addictions and the flip side of AI, where children are opting for shortcuts. So my take on this would be that if children can use shortcuts, why can't we as educators? So if we have a tool at hand in the form of AI, I think we really need to understand it and to harness its power so that we can work smartly rather than working hard all the time, putting in our sweat and blood. Of course, that is required, that's the commitment behind the teaching profession. But AI can really be tapped in a very smart manner so that we can provide solid grounding to our students in a much shorter time of preparation that it takes for our lessons and for delivering the lessons. And I think there will be a lot of time for discussion, so I'll just pass on the mic.
Good evening, everyone. This is Prakrati Rathod, owner and director of Dehra Public Inter College, Banjarawala, Dehradun. I feel very happy and blessed, and thanks to ArdorComm Media to give this golden opportunity to share our thoughts today on AI. Since the entire day we'll be talking about AI, so my thoughts are the same as ma'am has already mentioned. That why not, the educators can take a shortcut. But the very prime question is that how are the institutions, they are, well equipped with the AI. How much, we will be able to, we have the AI now in some of the other forms, but how the institutions are ready for our future ready for the AI. So that's my take. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Arun Rathod, and I am from Dehra Global School. Basically, I am a researcher who have turned into academics. I have 8 patents in organic electronics and just have transferred the learning which I have done from past few years into the academics, which can be beneficial for the students. Now, coming to the AI, we will be discussing it further, but I will put forward a question for all of you, and I will be discussing with you because it is an interactive session. That what you understand by AI? Is it just for summarizing your essays, your lectures? That is all you understand by AI, or it is much more than that? How we are going to tap it for our students? What does NLP speaks about AI? What you understand about AI? That will be my topic of discussion for this session, and I will be coming to you with these questions during the session. Thank you.
Myself, Dr. Amit, Sehgal, and I'm a CBSE resource person, and my topic is also AI and AI in the classroom plus cyber security. I'm regularly dealing with all these things only. Yesterday, since it was Guru Purnima, so I couldn't get time for the day. So at the night, I made up that the AI act as a guru, and then framed up a image out of it. So it came like the Vishnu Ji's blue avatar, जो उनको क्योंकि blue में कहा जाता है, माना जाता है, तो उन्होंने ये इमेज AI ने मुझे बना के दी कि जो है एक बच्चा रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है AI गुरु से, तो and I have pretty written newspaper articles also, the use of AI, what are the drawbacks, what is the benefits out of it. But always I say that the AI is just simply a tool. It will not going to change the traditional teaching pattern. It will just enhance the pattern what we were using previously. And it should be used in this section only. Not that we completely and better if we could do that, if we ourselves uses the AI the most rather than putting those things or passing all these things to the students. Because AI is a tool which has, as I said, benefits and drawbacks. उसमें ऐसी भी चीजें होती हैं जो आप इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते और अच्छा तो है, like वही coin has the two faces. So further, when we proceed further, we'll be discussing over the same topic once again. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This is Mansi Mamgai, Vice Principal of Doon World School. I think AI gives the weaker student little bit of personalized learning too, because every time we are not there, every time the helpful not there. So I think it is giving personalized tool, adaptation is there, productiveness is there. So we can see that, of course, AI is a good tool, but as Sir said, everything is having a good and bad condition. So we should look forward regarding that also, that our students is having a proper knowledge how to use AI. It is not used like that only,
we should guide our students कि when you have to use and how you have to use this tool. Thank you.
Hello, good evening everyone. I am Navneet Bijalwan. Basically, I am working as a curriculum manager with one of the school group, and presently I am associated with Times World School Vikasnagar as head of the institute. And we are also running one of our school, Dehradun Scholars Academy. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for such a great event, and really, it's an honor to sit among all of you. And one thing is said there, कि अति सर्वत्र वर्जते, and another thing is हर सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं. तो आप जैसे विद्वानों के बीच में AI के पॉजिटिव और जो ड्रॉबैक्स भी कभी हो सकते हैं, डेफिनेटली उस पर बात करने का मौका मिलेगा, समझने का मौका मुझे मिलेगा. आई होप सो. एंड अति सर्वत्र वर्जते, वो हम सभी जानते हैं किसी भी चीज का. तो हैंडिंग ओवर टू माइक टू रमन सर. थैंक यू.
A very congenial good evening to everyone. Indeed, it's a pleasure for me to be once again the part of this panel. In the morning also, I was the part of one of the panelists. And the question which was given to me was, in what ways can the compassion and emotional intelligence be integrated in curriculum and teaching practices? Right, and when I'm sitting here, I'm very much interested in to know AI can help us or our students to get 100 on 100. They can score 100 on 100, but my question is that it can help our students to be a good human being. It can inculcate, right, the humanity in them or not, or the empathy and kindness. This is what I'm expecting, and I'm very much excited to know whether it can help our students to get those, right, the features or not. Thank you so much.
Hello, very good evening. This is Jaitley, and I'm currently running 4 educational institutions. So, after dealing with n number of students and parents, what I have realized, because eventually we have the topic role of AI in emerging roles of learning outcome. Because I'm into self-development books, there's a book 4-Hour Week, bestseller by Tim Ferriss. So this is a concept which says high impact, minimum effort. So this book was written a decade earlier, but emerging AI is going to make that high concept back in action, because with less effort you can create high impact. Now comes what is the most powerful development what AI can do is time management. Now there can be many subjects: curriculum planning, micro teaching, question paper making, corrective feedback loops. Because at times we don't have such a beautiful panel which is going to create their inputs, and it is not possible in this so-called and called Kalyug कि we all are readily available, because we all have other chores to complete. So for me, AI is a panel which is always there, and just Meta just do, because most of you might have done ki AI just tomorrow we have an event, so tell me certain points what we can speak for the event. So AI can do time management portion for us. We can get the question papers made, we can get the micro teaching, we can get the planners as well, because we were having a discussion with concerned faculty with Saigrace school. So they also said the question papers can be done. The origin of Savodya, there was a topic in respect to Savodya, but definitely n number of sample papers, n number of other activities जो I think for a certain human की tendency से cross करके 10 brain लगा के जो आपको एक list of activities दे सकते हैं for the complete entire year, 365 activities for any certain gross sensory or motor skill development. AI has the capability. Now comes into the picture again, as everyone is saying, ki how and the balance, how to use it for a betterment. The equipoise का भी we definitely have a discussion कि उसका balance कैसे लाएं, and बच्चों को भी we can train accordingly कि how to use. जैसे screens का there are benefit, there are disadvantages, so both way likewise. So hopefully it is going to be a much interactive session, and waiting for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Myself, Sukhinder. I am from Ekinka Global Academy. I am the founder and chairman. I worked with Finland, Hagahelia University for 5 years. Then I realized there should be a more work to be done in Indian education. So I returned back to India. I opened my school in Kashipur. After opening school, I realized there is more to work with teachers, because teachers are in pressures, they are under the workload. Where realizing this, I introduced some tools to reduce their pressures. So AI role in education would be a bigger, because market for AI in India, it is going to be $17 billion by 2027. Right now it's $11 billion. So it is going to be increased. If we talk about in education, right now it is around $1.8 billion, it is going to be $4 billion. So tools of AI will be more useful in education to reduce the pressure of the teachers, because on an average 60% of 60 hours of a week teachers work. So 55% of their work goes into the planning, preparing, evaluation and feedback, and some administration tasks also. If we use AI for evaluation, feedback, preparing, generating, so it will be very easy for teachers to manage and focus on classrooms and real learning and real teaching. Thank you.
For sure. But we ourselves don't know about AI much. And I think the traditional, our teachers are not good enough for the traditional learning. And everyone is very excited about the new technology. And whether the teachers are happy or not, because happiness is something that अगर मैं बोलूँ कि कोई एम्प्लॉय मेरे स्कूल में आता है और मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया है एक हाईली स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉय और एक कम स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉय का जो हैप्पी है और हाईली स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉय जो कंफ्यूज्ड है ही वर्क्स आपको उसे ठीक करने में लग जाएगा, आपको समझाने में लग जाएगा, आपको उसकी कंफ्यूजन दूर करने में ही लग जाएगा, क्योंकि he cannot work properly, he cannot work efficiently. So yes, there are pros and cons of everything, and but we should choose that if something has more cons and the pros are less, we should not go with that. See, some people say that alcohol has some benefits, health benefits. But if we go to the cons of the alcohol, it is more dangerous to us. And the other thing is that specifically, I find that there are some good uses of AI. That is, I think the biggest problem for now is that there are privileged children and there are underprivileged children, and the language. All schools are English medium, but the people are not speaking English. And AI can be used for that. Because the problem I am facing in my school, I don't know about the other school. My parents come from rural areas, they speak Hindi, and their children are studying in English. So, children, बच्चे इंग्लिश सीखते नहीं हैं और क्वेश्चंस आर इंग्लिश में. तो बेसिक ट्रांसलेशन करने में भी उन्हें दिक्कत. अगर किसी से एग्जाम दूं, if he doesn't understand the question, how can he answer it? So language is that important for us. So and fortunately AI is very good in that. And it can be to the extent that it can be a good speaker. It can with which we can speak, but it cannot give us the social benefits. It will be only possible by the human, and there are certain things that we have to consider in the course of the AI. privileged and the underprivileged who cannot afford.
Sorry,
Okay.
We'll continue the discussion, otherwise it's going to extend a lot.
Okay,
So
sorry.
let's quickly finish up the introduction session, and then otherwise we'll have your thoughts later.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
डिफेंस पब्लिक स्कूल सैगल देहरादून। एक्चुअली एआई के बारे में तो बहुत ज़्यादा जितना कुछ सभी थोड़ा बहुत ही पता है, पर एक्चुअली में आज की डेट में जो मार्केट में डिमांड है वो ऑलराउंडर्स की है। हम जितने भी यहाँ पे प्रमोटर्स बैठे हैं सभी को ऑलराउंडर्स चाहिए। और पहले के टाइम पे क्या था कि हम कहते थे कि दो नाव पे सवार नहीं होना, जो एक नाव पे सवार रहेगा वही विजेता बनेगा। आज की डेट में जरूरत है कि 2, 3, 4, 5 नावों में अपने नॉलेज को बढ़ाने के लिए हमें इन्वॉल्व रहना पड़ेगा और अपनी नॉलेज को गेन करना पड़ेगा। अब हमारी माइंड की कैपेसिटी या किसी भी जो मैनेजर है या एक्चुअल में प्रमोटर डायरेक्टर है, उनकी माइंड की कैपेसिटी है वो कितने दिन भर में अपने वर्किंग प्रोसेस को याद रख सकते हैं। ठीक है, इसमें एआई का बहुत यूजफुल मुझे लगता है कि आदमी सडनली कुछ भी आइडिया एआई से जनरेट कर सकता है, कुछ भी चीजें उस चीज को नॉलेज मार्केट एआई के थ्रू ले सकता है जो उसे डे टू डे यूजेस में आनी चाहिए। ठीक है, आज की डेट में जो लीडर्स बनेगा, जो ऑलराउंडर बनेगा, उसकी मार्केट में डिमांड है। हम अपने बच्चों को अगर एज ए लीडर्स बनाना चाहते हैं तो हमें उनको एआई को फॉलो करना उनके लिए कंपलसरी है। आज ही के डेट में मेरे को एक करंट में एक एग्जांपल में देना चाहूंगा। मुझे ऐसी एक एम्प्लॉय अपॉइंट किया था जो मैंने डायरेक्टर और वीपी के बीच में एक अपॉइंटमेंट किया। तो एक्चुअली मुझे कन्वर्सेशन में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो रही थी एक्चुअली में कि वीपी और डायरेक्टर, काफी डायरेक्टर हो गए थे, 7-8 डायरेक्टर हो गए, तो उनके बीच में कन्वर्सेशन करने के लिए किस स्टाफ को अपॉइंट करना है तो उसके लिए क्या डेजिग्नेशंस रखी जाए। तो मैंने ये को खोला, उसमें जीडीपी को मुझे जीडीपी में सर्च मारा कि मैंने कहा मुझे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट और डायरेक्टर के बीच में कोई डेजिग्नेशन गाइड करो। ठीक है, तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि किस रिगार्डिंग है। मुझे एक्चुअली मैंने काम किया सेल एंड प्रमोशंस का काम है हमारे बिजनेस में, तो जो डायरेक्टर है वो सेल्स एंड बिजनेस को प्रमोट करने का काम करते हैं। तो उन्होंने मुझे मेरे को गाइड किया कि आप एक बीडीओ आप एक अपॉइंट करो, बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर। तो बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर क्या करेगा, जितने भी डायरेक्टर्स की इंफॉर्मेशंस कलेक्ट करके और प्रेसिडेंट को दे देगा। तो ये आज ही मैंने इसका यूटिलाइजेशन किया, तो दैट्स व्हाई मुझे लगता है कि हम एआई को अपने ऑलराउंडर डेवलपमेंट के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं और एक अच्छा लीडर हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं अपने बच्चों को एक ऑलराउंडर के रूप में।
हेलो एवरीबॉडी, और मैं को-ऑनर्स को बहुत बहुत थैंक यू कहना चाहता हूँ कि हमें यहाँ मौका मिला है हमें कुछ बोलने का, और एआई से हम बहुत कुछ आगे बढ़ सकते हैं और कुछ चीज हम सीख भी सकते हैं। लेकिन बच्चे को ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि हम कितना लेवल हम लेके जा सकते हैं, कितना लेवल टीचर्स कैपेबल है कि बच्चों को कहाँ तक पहुँचा सकते हैं, कहाँ तक रिजल्ट कहाँ तक लेके जा सकते हैं। कोई बच्चे ऐसे ही वीक होते हैं कि वो नहीं कर पाते हैं, कुछ जैसे लोग कुछ डिफरेंट स्टेट के उनको इंग्लिश आती है, बाकी से उनको कुछ नहीं आते, तो कैसे हैंडल कर सकते हैं, ये सोचने की बात है हमें। और बच्चों को जैसे कोई शेप बनाना होता है, कुछ चीज पैटर्न बनाना होता है, वो कर पाएंगे या नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये उनका डिपेंड करता है कि टीचर कहाँ तक लेके जा सकते हैं। ये हमें सोच की बात है, हमें एक गंभीर समस्या है कि हम बच्चों को कहाँ तक लेके जाएंगे और रिजल्ट कैसे लेके आएंगे। ये
Hello, good evening. I am Deepak Saraswat, Principal GRT World School. Sir, I think AI is one bridge between the human and technology. Short. On, sir, and man. It's a medium, nothing else. We can't, in short, it's a medium, that's all, nothing is there.
Good evening everyone, I'm Sonia Kumar from DPS Vikas Nagar. I'm delighted to be a part of this discussion because all schools have been talking about AI. Everybody said a lot about AI and I'm sure we'll be discussing it further. I'll just keep it brief. I think it's a necessary evil in my thought because keeping in mind that we have to how to soak in and how to discard what we don't want. To keep the balance and how to integrate it in schools, how to help teachers get the best of it. But being old school, I feel we hype it a lot, but actually how much of it is beneficial for us, because I think it cannot replace learning. We have to make children think critically, use their mind to things they have to learn it the tough way by experiences rather than giving them artificial experiences. When we have the capacity to give them actual experiences. So there's a lot of discussion. Yes, it is necessary to expose them for being ready for the 21st century as a skill. So with further discussion, we will get to know how best we can use it and not overload ourselves with it and let it take over our lives. Thank you very much.
To shield our children from technology. While this technology, choosing the right technology can be a part of the curriculum in teaching children how to use technology. That what is the forum they need to use and how they need to use it. So without compromising judgment, how do we use AI tools? I was going through some talks and some write-ups. So they talked very interestingly about the Harvard University. They have this program called the Access, which means access of knowledge across open AI. And there were 15 billion people who have earned degrees in the recent past. So that is the way that AI is actually impacting the world. So AI is here to stay. Now we need to find out and talk about how we can harness AI without compromising human character development. I think that's the basic discussion forum that we have today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Monica Arora, the principal of Doon Cambridge School based in Dehradun. The topic is so interesting, and that is what fetched me here, because I have been very closely associated with use of technology. I was heading the Southeast Asia division of SAT section of Pearson for quite a few years. I'm also based out of Toronto a lot, and so I have seen the use of AI very up close as and when it evolved. So, somehow human tendency is to run away with everything that comes new. That is where the cash lies. AI definitely can be used in a lot of ways, in India especially, but we should not forget that actually it was created to lessen the burden where population was less. In India, it's a different scenario altogether. The population of India, basically, if we start using AI up to the max, I think a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. So so we have to maintain a balance and see where it goes. However, I'm actually digressing from the topic. It's all about learning outcomes. Definitely, we can use AI, I feel, a lot to enhance the learning amongst our students. But again, where to put the brake, that's the question. So, thank you.
Principal, Doon International Public School, Chandpur, Rishikesh. And basically, I'm a researcher. I did my, one is going on, but I did my previous research on MLM, minimum level of learning. It was based on Hindi, maths, and तीन सब्जेक्ट पढ़ने बच्चे basically दो ही पढ़ते हैं पढ़ने में हिंदी और maths. So what was going on कि जो the MNL which was minimum level of learning के जो forms भेजे जा रहे थे schools में, and the students were getting very good marks in all the forms because that the teachers were not available, but the teachers were available. So when it came from the government body, all the students were getting very good marks in that MNL. But when an NGO did the same study, the MNL was not found there. Like minimum level of learning was very low. So मुझे ये लगता है what if the students could have AI tools at that time? Teachers were not available, but the videos and the content on their mobile, it was not there. But अगर होता तो वो जो टीचर की कमी थी वो minimum level of learning they could achieve. Now my second research is going on the impact of emotional intelligence and learning environment on the achievement board of the secondary level of students. दो चीजें हैं और दोनों एक AI से बहुत ज़्यादा related है, that is learning environment. So learning environment, as one of our panelists said, कि उनको they do not know how to speak, but we are an English medium school. AI is there to help us. And again, not only for communication, but all the subjects, in all the subjects, AI is helping us. So we cannot avoid, as an educationist, we cannot avoid AI as IT or any technology there. And but yes, again, the emotional intelligence. It's a very touchy, very ये है जो हमारी आत्मा है, emotional intelligence. Like we are afraid if the student is going more and more into AI, हमारे connection टूट रहे हैं, हमारे family connection टूट रहे हैं, वो हमारा सबसे बड़ा डर है. तो now AI यहाँ पे हमारे लिए वो जो emotional intelligence वाला जो part है, वो AI हमारे लिए हमें खतरा बन रहा है. But again, now one of my teachers said कि something is going on in her family, and she said, "Ma'am, when there is no one to speak about my struggles, about my emotions, about my dilemmas, तो मैंने एक दिन ChatGPT से बात किया, and ChatGPT was speaking to me as my friend. Everything I could explain everything to ChatGPT because there was no worry कि कोई किसी को बता देगा. So I could speak about everything, whatever was going on in her life. And ChatGPT was counseling. So ChatGPT is working as a counselor also. फिर मुझे लगा emotional intelligence, like उसको emotional support मिल रहा है और वो साथ ही उसकी काउंसलिंग हो रही है क्योंकि there is no one to share the things. इसलिए अभी ट्रांसमिशन चल रहा है कि and we are in the era of transmission कि हमें अभी पता नहीं चल रहा how कैसे करें, इसे यूज कैसे करें. We want to use it लेकिन खतरे बहुत हैं. And how to eradicate, how to erase those like dangers और खतरा जो हम कह रहे हैं. That is the work. कि अपने बच्चे को स्क्रीन दिखाएं लेकिन वाइसली कैसे यूज करें, वो कैसे सिखाएं. That is the question. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the communication and all the people कि हमें get together का जो मौका मिला and we are discussing about the AI. I am Pratap from Happy Home Montessori School. I am the owner of the Happy Home Montessori School in Chandpur, Rishikesh. जैसा मैम ने बताया कि उनका रिसर्च वाला टॉपिक था, तो लास्ट ईयर I did my MAd and there was a subject education and some research about the education. So when I made the lesson plans, and in BEd also we are making the lesson plans. But when I'm handling my school, so there is no perfect use of lesson plans. There are like a board picture and black paper, हम ये कराएंगे, but वो exactly follow नहीं होता है. So yes, AI हमें वो wings देगा. Present and future demands the AI. But उसकी supply of course हमें कैसे मिलेगी, इसके लिए curiosity है मुझे कि एक डिस्कशन से आई थिंक एक डिस्कशन से तो नहीं मिलेगा सारी चीज़ों का आंसर, बट यस डेफिनेटली आप सब लोगों के आंसर आपको सुन के मुझे अच्छा लगा. मैं इसीलिए यहाँ पे ये ज्वाइन भी किया कि मैं शायद इस AI को जान पाऊँ, बिकॉज मैं इतना मोबाइल से फेमिलियर नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि स्क्रीन से दूर रहना है, सबको दूर रखना है. बुक्स ही हमें सब कुछ देंगे, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं एक बेहतर आंसर के लिए, परफेक्ट आंसर के लिए, जैसे बताया कि टाइम मैनेजमेंट जो हमें AI देता है ये सबसे अच्छा है. जैसे इन आवर हाउस, सबके हाउस में मोस्टली एलेक्सा फॉर मी AI भी कुछ मतलब AI है और ये सारी चीज़ें शायद ऐसे इजी हो जाएंगी और टीचर्स को वो एक लेसन प्लान है जिसमें मैंने टॉपिक स्टार्ट किया तो वो कुछ ऐसा समझा पाएंगे उससे रिलेट करके जो सबके लिए इजी हो सकता है। तो ये मेरी अभी जानना है कि मुझे इसको हमने कैसे अपने बच्चों के साथ करना है। आई एम यूजिंग थोड़ा बट स्टिल वी आर ऑन द स्विमिंग पूल कि अभी उससे हमें स्विमिंग करना है, हमें जाना भी है वाटर के अंदर बट हम कैसे स्विमिंग करेंगे ये हमें जानना है, मुझे जानना है या सबको ही जानना होगा। कुछ भी जो भी रिजल्ट आएगा डेफिनेटली कुछ अच्छा ही आएगा क्योंकि प्रेजेंट एंड फ्यूचर की डिमांड भी है। थैंक यू।
Good evening all of you. Everybody is talking about the good nature of AI, the positive outcomes and all. Magar, I would like to add that it hallucinates a lot. Like my 5 years research has taught me, like when I started my research, it was like reading through the research papers, downloading from different sites. Some papers are not available, then you cannot use those papers. And today, like from 2021, since we came to know about the LLMs, LLM is the large language model which we are using like ChatGPT and Claude. So after using it for quite some time now, I get to understand that it hallucinates a lot. मेरा ये बताने का यहाँ पर इतना मतलब है that we should know, जैसे ma'am has rightly said, we should know where to stop. Like we are giving AI in the hands of the students, so we should know. I feel 6 years of my academic experience, I have been teaching students BCA into MCA. उससे I have get to know that students laziness, मतलब they have come across such a huge lazy attitude. You give an assignment, they put it on ChatGPT and draw the results. They do not know that it is hallucinating and giving such vague results also sometimes. For example, just a small discussion over here. For example, if anybody is from computer science background, we must know what deadlock is. Deadlock in operating system. So it is deadlock, and a student has to do some research-based project on operating system. So he wrote deadlock to ChatGPT and draw the answers. What he did was it is a single term like deadlock. What he did was dead and lock. And he presented the whole report in front of me and he did not read the report, I think. And it was like, just some lock get jammed, so it became a dead and lock. So it was a huge blunder. The report was comprised of 70 pages, completely dead and locked. The lock is jammed, this and that. It was a complete disaster. Students do not know like how to draw results from a technology. I feel there is a need to train the students where to stop, and to teachers also. Like sir, you said teachers are able to make question papers out of it. So teachers are uploading the syllabus and they are not measuring. I have observed this since I have some trainees under me. So I have observed under the pressure of creating the question papers, like you have to give back question paper, you have to give midterm, end term. Under that pressure, they are uploading the syllabus and drawing the question paper out of it, but they are not evaluating whether the question paper is lengthy enough, whether the student will be able to solve it in another 3 hours or 1.5 hours or so. So I think there is a complete need to train students as well as faculty members how to use AI to get right results from it and do not fall into the trap of some pathetic answers or some vague results out of it. So I think there is a need to design the curriculums and add some methods to train the teachers and also the students. So I would like to request how many methods have you implemented or how you are using AI in your schools. For example, I have been doing it in my class. Sometimes I get any arrangement in a class. So once I got arrangement in MC class, it was a 3-section combined class. The strength was 180. total it was 150 students present. So it is very difficult to, you all are faculty members also, to control 150 students when you are not actually teaching them, then you are actually for a substitute over there. So what I did was, I had this interactive panel in my classroom. I connected my laptop and there is an app called Quizzes. I made a quiz and I asked all the students to perform that quiz. And the website is beautifully designed. I mean, the students were doing the quiz. I made 25 question quiz. The students were doing the quiz and it was displayed on the interactive panel. Who is securing high, who is securing low, up kaun upar aa gaya, up kaun niche aa gaya. So 1 hour passed like that. So I would like to ask you whether you are planning to add something like that in your school, some training or some curricular design or something like that.
Ma'am, if I just wanted to say that to your first question, the explanation that you gave, there was another, you must be aware of it since that's your forte. There was a study again connected in Harvard that students were given Google and chat boxes to chatbots to learn. So some were given Google and some were given chatbots. So the ones who did with chatbots were faster in learning, but the Google people were slower. But when it came to application, then the Google people who had actually Googled the information, so their application was much better application of the knowledge than the people who had learned through chatbots. And the other thing I wanted to say, there's a flip side of AI. So there was, I think you again would be aware of it, madam, that there was a, I think, dating app, and everyone was dating that particular person across the world. So we thought it's a person, it's not a person, it was just another AI tool, and it had a name or something, and everybody was dating him in inverted commas, and then they took it out, and there were heartbreaks across the world. So that is the illusion of AI and the flip side of AI. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for a brief introduction. So we've taken almost an hour. So very quickly we add on to it that the role of AI now. That we think that has enhanced learning in the classrooms. I look forward for your thoughts on how you are implementing AI in your classrooms and in your personal life. What challenges you faced as of now? What tools you've been using, maybe WhatsApp Lama or Copilot, Google Gemini? What sort of tools you are creating for your educators and students in your schools? At the same time, what suggestions do you have to implement it at other premises? At the same time, what type of training do you seek within the school or outside the school for your educators so that they can implement AI in much better ways? So we can do a random one rather than having a pass on the mics. So anyone can start who is ready with their thoughts. So people can keep penning down their thoughts. Crisp thoughts, I'll say in next 2-minute thought, so that everyone gets time to talk. And you can implementation, challenges, solutions, trainings, your thoughts, views, and how you are putting up AI at your classrooms. So anyone who would like to start with that? Yes. No.
Okay, as Ma'am was asking also that whether we have actually used, and your question is also linked to the same thing. So recently we did have an exercise in the school, and I wanted to share it since all the educationists are there. So the purpose actually of the exercise was, yes, for the children to understand how to use various tools. But it was also, for me, it was also important to tell them that human intelligence will always be higher and more than, the AI that we are using. So we did a kind of competition where they were supposed to create an internal, you could say the interiors of a room, and they were open. We gave them choice between 4 AI tools, and we gave them an hour or so. We have an interactive panel in the school. So initially they made their own spaces in their laptops, and then it was after an hour we asked them to stop, and one by one we had the competitors. There were about 10 children, and we generated those images on the interactive panel, and we had our senior students sitting there, and we asked them, okay, point out what's wrong, with this image that is made. And interestingly, every image had about between 5 to 15 mistakes that were there, which were like logically not possible if you are actually designing an interiors of a space. So because it was done with the help of an AI, so it kind of sends the message to the children that yes, you have to, even if you are using the tool, you have to actually use your intelligence also to. So it was just I wanted to share a experience and how we have been using AI. So, but of course, it was a great learning experience for the children, and I believe, in the right hands, it can definitely produce a lot of results.
Actually, when at administration, like school attendance through the RFIDs, because we don't mark attendance through the manually or like, so it automatically attendance mark and messages जो है बच्चों को parents को चले जाते हैं, then GPS tracking and all, then we design our ERP integrated with RFIDs and AIs, where जो curriculum है, homeworks है, evaluations है, वो automatically जो है regularly वो with WhatsApp API students के parents को जाते हैं. In second phase, what we are doing, we have training our teachers to how to use that chatbots, chat GPTs and technologies to design their lectures, PPTs, because what we did is we introduce e-lesson plans in our schools. We don't do like lesson plans in diaries and other जैसे हमने बताया कि जो lesson plan traditionally उनका कोई use नहीं होता. So we introduce SOPs, lesson plans, like e-lesson plans. So teacher has to do make PPTs and lesson plans. So we have e-classes in our classrooms. Teacher has to teach that lesson through the PPTs, videos, because it should be a content clearing classes. Not only the theory classes should be there. The purpose of teaching should be to clear the content what they are teaching to them. So in second phase, what we'll be doing, we will be giving the same presentations to the students. What they will be doing, they will be designing their presentation, what have been taught in classes. They have to prepare in groups. So one students will be preparing the PPT, second will be preparing the matter, third will be preparing the questions. They will be coming up with the PPTs, they will be presenting in the classes, and other groups will be asking the questions to them, so that their overall development will increase. Their communication skills, their presentation skills, their comfortable level with the computers, AI and the technology. The again major issue is that how much extent we have to introduce in our classrooms to the students. Here we have to train first to our teachers, because once they get familiar, they know how to use it in a proper way, and we have to make accountable, and we have to check also as ma'am said question papers prepare कर दिए, but कुछ भी हो सकता है उसमें. So there should be a team जो regular audits and checks रखेगी, like वो जो question paper submit हुआ है in examination cell that is as per syllabus वो proper है या नहीं. Thank you.
Actually, there are a few points I want to discuss with you. I have been observing thoughts from all the teachers of the faculties as well as the principal and the owners. But we are not getting to the root cause why we are here. We are not discussing the AI itself. There are two aspects of the AI. One is the development of AI. Second is the application part. We are just loitering around the application part. We are teachers. First of all, we are running institutions. We are running educational institution where we have to prepare students for the upcoming life. Now, I don't know why we're not discussing NEP here. NEP demands that coding should be introduced from 6th standard onwards. How will you introduce the coding when you are not understanding the concept itself that AI is not just ChatGPT, AI is not Copilot, AI is not Gemini AI. These are just one of the few applications. AI means artificial intelligence. It is a set of codes, it is a set of lines, as Madam already mentioned, which can automate your life. Now, if we are not able to introduce AI in the curriculum as per the NEP, then it is a great setback for us as educational institutions. We can do whatever with the AI. We can write essays, we can write summaries. These are non-technical applications. Okay. What AI is, it is a technical term which should be dealt with technical acumen. We are using it for poetry purposes. It is not the purpose of AI. Artificial intelligence means that we have to automate the life, we have to make the life simpler. From this discussion which was right now going on, when I was a student, there was a famous topic which we used to get more often for essay writing. Science boom or bane. पता नहीं हम उससे बाहर निकल आ पा रहे हैं. AI boom or bane. सब motorcycling boom or bane. मतलब हर boom हम नहीं करते रहेंगे. मतलब what we are doing actually. Instead,
no synonym word what.
हाँ, exactly. Instead of discussing the one aspect of AI, we have to develop the understanding of the topic itself, because we are running the institution, we are running our faculties, we are determining the curriculum which will be followed in our institutions. So we have to understand, we cannot run away from the responsibility that, okay, I am not from technical background, I will not be tech savvy. It is our duty. If a subject is running in our institution, then we have to have basic understanding of the topic, that where this topic leads to. So if we are discussing AI here, then we should have a little bit of understanding that what AI means. सिर्फ अलार्म लगाने के लिए AI यूज नहीं होगा कि Alexa अलार्म लगा दो सुबह उठा देना मुझे. That is not the purpose of AI. We have to tinker our students. You all might be having SICs in your schools. Do you know about SICs as principals? School Innovation Councils. You might all of the basic schools are having SICs. It is compulsory. You all must be having it, and there will be one faculty who is responsible for that. Please ask him. There is a calendar of activities, AI-driven, technology-driven, given to us by Ministry of Education. How many activities have been taken place till now? How many activities have been completed? Actually, government is playing its part. It is initiating many things, which are given to us as the sole responsible person who have to impart it to the students. But if we will not understand the integrity of the topic which we are discussing, then I don't think that we will lead somewhere. We will just do lip service. We will say India is good for nothing. Our students are good for nothing. But AI is just making Ghibli art is just an application of AI. It is not the AI. AI is that when a 6th class student can make a basic simple calculator program using Python language, because Python is the language of choice these days. If he or she able to have an automated attendance register, or he or she can have an automated daily routine, that for example his alarm should be set up for a particular set of events if it happens in its environment. So he or she can do it by microcontrollers. All your SIC teachers who are SIATP trained, they might be knowing how to use microcontrollers. But as the institution in charge, we cannot be unaware about these things which are happening around us. If we will not take part into these events, then I'm sorry to say, but we will not go anywhere. हम co-curricular activities ही कराते रह जाएंगे, dance, debate, etc.
Sorry to bother. Actually, sir, question was very apt. Give the challenges and give the solution. Very simple and straight question.
The solution is that, sir. For example, if NEP is allowing that class 6 students should be learning coding, we should be creating infrastructure for coding. That is how
I believe that is a very valid point of yours. So just to add over here, I'll just like to add, like, can we draw any curriculum around AI in schools? Like how is it, how so that how
we already have
that how it's being implemented in schools? We like to learn from you.
The
Or we like to
syllabus
know from you.
the syllabus for AI is already been provided by the CBSE, which we all are running.
We are running it in grade
Class
1.
9th and 10th
But
we are
we
running.
have set AI lab for lower class students also. Right?
Exactly.
So
With this,
we,
these,
and they are
hear
learning
more
how
about
to
this,
programming, they are learning new things, they are learning how to use it properly and how to
Exactly.
make the programs actually.
Exactly, ma'am. That is what
They
we
are
need to
doing it.
discuss here.
Exactly.
That is what we need to discuss here. What kind of programs our students are learning? What are the level of the programs which we are learning? What are the languages they are learning? Because if they are doing programming in C++ today, it might not be that fruitful.
Exactly.
We have to switch to Python. These are the topics which we need to discuss right now. So this is how we will include AI. For example, as you asked, how we can integrate AI into our educational curriculum. It is very simple. Python for Kids is a very simple booklet, easily available on internet. You can give it to class 3rd students onwards. You can have it to the computer teachers and ask them, instead of just having them learn MS Office, just allow them to learn a few 4-line, 5-line codes. Okay? These codes are very simple. For example, if someone enters the house, the code should say hello. Okay? What it will do, what this will do, it will create creativity among the students in terms of writing codes. So whenever that student will go into higher classes, he or she will be able to express in terms of codes. For example, if a person is learning English language from class nursery onwards, when he reaches in class 12th or graduation, he or she is able to express himself freely in terms of that language. Same goes for the programming language. If we will teach them from the early childhood, he or she will be able to explain himself or express himself quite adeptly. But if we will take it as an activity, as an amusement thing, then it will not give proper results.
I think that's very, very important point you are.
Like English or Hindi or maths or science. We are still looking at these other subjects. While AI will be the language, that's what you are trying to say, and I think I agree with you there, that AI is the language, the way forward. It's the language. It's like equivalent to French or English, if we may say. So that particular knowledge, whether you are going to use it at a higher level or not, that's not the question. But the basics everybody should know. So like basics of Hindi or English, we have to know it. Basics of science, we have to know it. So in that sense, basic of coding, I think
That was
absolutely
only
well
my
put, sir.
point, because I was like, because the question asked was challenge and the solution.
Yes, we can emphasize more on the challenges also. So that will give us more insight
Every
and
school
topics to
should
create.
have STEM education, which is very common. I am not saying something that is, out of the world. Every school, either you can say out of publicity stunt or out of just, creating a differential key, our school is different from others. STEM education is there, AI is there, which is eventually a part now. Coding is there, robotics is there. Google Gemini, Canva. Now we are promoting our students to make posters for the school itself. Canva use kare, robotics. Everything, most of the schools are having the resources. Challenge is, as you said, it's just like another subject added as for 21st century. The keywords. If we currently, do a practice, just open a WhatsApp and do Meta, just frame a message for me. Meta sometimes revert back, I didn't get your point. So the utmost challenge is keywords. What exactly to ask? Another challenge what I feel is, there are n number of minor subjects. Kahan jana hai?
Exactly, I believe that is the point of discussion today, that how we are learning to use AI. See, everyone will agree to it that AI is already right, and everyone is already using it. We all have it on our smartphones, we have it in our WhatsApps. So the key point to understand over here is that how you are imbibing it in your daily lives and how we can create a curriculum around it as per the age group. Let's say, just take an example, like if I give a calculator to a 3-year-old guy, will he be able to use it? Maybe not. Let's say if I give a scientific calculator to a grade 5 student, will he be able to use it? Maybe not. He will not be knowing the functions to put around, right? Same way AI is a tool, how you are learning that tool, how you need to, in our corporate lives today, we are taking trainings daily that how to make presentations around it, how to use it out for programming. The same time that how you can create the entire curriculum around it, that how as per the different grade wise, how if the schools building their own curriculum or if just following CBSE norms to create a curriculum around it, or how you work with taking any workshops or taking any support from outside. That is what we like to learn from you.
Just one another point is not directly related to you, but it's a pertinent point. If you look at the report cards, and we are all report oriented, in 10th standard, you have AI as an additional subject. Yes. So the whole mindset of educators across the country that we are looking at is as an additional one, not the main one. Why should it not be the main one? And that is where the change of thought is going to come. So we had done an experiment in
that is a computer का extension. मतलब अभी क्या है हम AI, cyber security और बहुत सारे subjects को ना उसी head में डाल रहे हैं. But
so why should it be an additional subject?
The point is, वो तो 9th 10th का एक part हो गया.
No sir. Definitely ma'am.
So it's a mindset, no sir. When I'm looking at a teacher, I'm not looking at a strong teacher. I would be very happy if from IIT Roorkee or from someone from maths department comes and joins my school and teaches that subject. But that's not happening.
Yes. And one more thing I want to add that, sorry, but only one thing, that we are having or we are thinking it as the most scoring point. So because it's the 6th subject in our report card and it is a scoring subject. That's why children or schools are opting for it. And the scoring pattern is 50-50. In other subject it is 80-20. Here it is 50-50. So 50 marks are given according to the teacher.
No, but her question was very right that why it is still an additional subject. Everything is of computer. Every subject is in computer.
We have computer science for 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. We don't have AI for it's additional. Although we have, I'll say, social science, we have geography, we have everything as per the grade levels, right? From 5th grade to 10th grade. But
it's very simple thing, monkey see, monkey do.
So
there's a code.
Do we have training around AI? We don't have as of now.
Precisely, if as educationists we are not going to say कि AI एक subject 9th 10th का है, subject भूल जाए. Our concern is how we are using AI. जो हम first class के बच्चे को क्या सिखा सकते हैं AI के through. Second class के बच्चे को what we can teach उनके cognitive ability के हिसाब से. अब जैसे if you are going to give Canva to 2nd grade नहीं बना पाएगा. If you're going to give a grade 4th grade student, definitely he or she can make eventually. So we have because we all are by God's grace at the top hierarchy level. So we have the power to create a difference. That is why I think we all are here. So challenge is importance school management को देना पड़ेगा. Point number 1. Point number 2. What I feel is जैसे every grade wise we have to selectively pick कि ये topic 2nd grade के हिसाब से one should know, 3rd के हिसाब से one should know, 5th के हिसाब से one should know, and I think वो भी AI कर सकता है हमारे लिए. It is also
challenging. But it's not about the use of AI. Like as you said in your before you said this sentence, it is again we are coming to the same point. Like कौन हमारे tool हमारे लिए क्या कर सकता है? That is not the point. The point is how can we make them to develop a new tool. हम अपने स्कूल के लिए अपने स्कूल के हिसाब से now the CBSE is asking us the same thing that the students are innovating the new things, they are creating the comics, they are creating even comics for the maths also through AI and other tools also and manually also. It is like कि हम नया क्या कर सकते हैं, इसे क्या uses इसके हो सकते हैं for school and for the society as well. तो ठीक है, the point is कि we have to start it from the base, है ना? But gradually, what should be the program? What should be the content, as you said? That is the most relevant question.
But मेरा जो doubt है, मतलब अभी जो मेरा question है कि जो आप कह रहे हैं कि challenge सबसे बड़ा challenge क्या है स्कूल के लिए as a management जब हम एडमिशन्स लेते हैं कोविड के बाद से सबसे पहले पेरेंट्स कहते हैं कि आप काम मोबाइल पे ऐप पे तो नहीं भेजते हो। सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज मेरे लिए यही होता है और मैं उसके लिए उनको श्योर करती हूँ कि नहीं, हम कोई भी काम आपको मोबाइल पे नहीं भेजेंगे। फोन, लेकिन अगर हम सेकंड और फर्स्ट ग्रेड के बच्चे को एआई अगर मतलब
स्क्रीन टाइम
ERP
में भेज देते हैं।
Yes, because everyone.
ERP में homework भेज देते हैं।
I want to add that everyone is not that capable of having PC, that like desktop or the laptop. So they are using mobiles.
हमारी जो डेमोग्राफी है ना, आप अगर हम बात करें उत्तराखंड की, तो कुछ ही ऐसे सिटीज़ हैं जहाँ की डेमोग्राफी बहुत हाई लेवल वाली क्लास है, लेकिन जिस डेमोग्राफी हम हैंडल करते हैं स्कूल को, वहाँ पे पेरेंट्स चाहते ही नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं चाहते।
हमारे देश में तो इंटरनेट नहीं है, लोग कैसे यूपीआई यूज करेंगे, क्या मजाक है ये। लेकिन यूपीआई बहुत इजीली लोग यूज कर रहे हैं।
ये मेरा पॉइंट नहीं है, ये सब चाहते हैं और जब करने पे आए तो ये सब कुछ हो गया।
She meant actually about the mental challenge that parents have regarding the screen time of students. And it's a valid point today.
Because they have to raise the question to the school.
Right.
That same house, his mother is giving the phone to the child. Tu ye de, khana bana do.
To eat food also.
Tu ye kar. And please, it's not only the babies. Many cases it happens.
But my challenge,
I think we're having a very good and productive discussion, but because I'm sitting right here, so I'm looking at the topic again and again. The role of AI and emerging tech in enhancing learning outcomes. So it is all very well that we are discussing how to include it in the curriculum, how to, as per CBSE or as per the NEP, how to integrate, how to develop a curriculum which will help us work with AI. But we also as educators need to focus on using AI to enhance learning outcomes. Now my point is, to keep a society healthy, we have doctors. So, and doctors are required by everybody. They will, when we are unwell, we all go, there is not a single person that we know of who will not need a doctor. But does that mean that everybody needs to be an MBBS? It doesn't mean that. So AI is something which is universally important. All of us will need to use it, present and future, like you said. That does not mean that all of us, all students need to know exactly how to use it, how to speak that language, how to use that language, right? But a basic idea of health we all have. Similarly, all students need to have a basic idea of what to do with it, all educators need to have. But what we need to have more than the students is the understanding of how we are going to use it to enhance learning outcomes, not just in computers, not just in AI, but in English, Hindi, maths, all the subjects. And use of devices is a totally different thing, man. And so I feel, because there are a lot of apps that are now, free resources are all over the internet. If I want to teach reading to a child, reading skills to a child, and if I don't have the time, like ma'am said, there are children who don't have the luxury of having a teacher. So there are apps, free apps, wherein a child can learn to read by themselves. Their progress will be tracked. The learning gaps will be identified by the AI, and they will be given reinforcement in those particular areas, and they can practically teach themselves. So these are, and which is where the enhancing learning outcomes part comes in, that we have to, yes, we are teachers, we will be teaching the syllabus, whatever is prescribed by our board, by the state, but how do we use this tool to enhance learning outcome, because that is what we are here for. The child has to learn better using that tool. The child does not necessarily need to understand how to create that tool. Not every child needs to understand that. But they will use it because it has to be used universally. That's my point.
So, like my add-up to sir's question, like what is AI? So, like first we need to teach the students from very basic level to make them understand what is AI, because always like जो छोटा बच्चा भी है, बड़ा भी है, सबको पता है कि AI. But AI is again a part of computer, part of software, algorithms, data, जो self learning होते हैं. So what we need to do is, first we need to teach the students what is AI from basic level, कि how it works,
how it will improve your life and how it is going to impact when you will be out from schools. Because as per data, 65% of job will be there in future, which is not now. So the 65% of students will end up in that jobs which are not existing now. So we make to we need to understand, we make students to understand from very basic level कि कैसे work करता है उसकी codings, like we have all we अपने schools में we teach coding, computer science. जब हम computer science को start करते हैं तो hardware, software सिखाते हैं. This is mouse, this is printer, this is input device, this is output device. So in same way, AI should be introduced in schools from very basic level, from primary to higher. Ki this is the basic and how it will go in future and how it will work in futures to betterment, to automate the life.
Can I interest you? Yeah. I think we are discussing AI, but we are not going to move forward. Hello. I think we are discussing AI, but we are not going to move forward. We are discussing how we can make programs. But what about the IoT? How you can display? If you can teach your student for IoT, how you can inbuild your program to IoT, that is me. I have one my ED Sanchar software which I am running in my school. It's my own software. And what research we are doing with the help of my students, my previous students, now we are going to design a machine where you can just give your 2 or 3 drops of blood and whole machine will tell you where and which part you have a disease and what you have to do. So first of all, if we learn something from programming, then we have to teach our students about IoTs. What we are doing, the main challenges is right now we don't have any teachers for this programming. If you can search anywhere, if you call a teacher for computer science or a program or a programming concept, hardly they don't know the program how to write. Main challenges
and they are BCA, MCA.
Yeah, BCA, MCA, and if you talk how they can handle this situation, if something occur in website, they don't know the code. So first of all, from beginning onward, we have to teach our students about a little programs with the help of IoTs. Ma'am said same thing. Suppose your 1 or 2 parents, they are not ready to give a device, but we can afford in our premises. We can teach our student within a period or within 2 or 3 period, we can teach our programming with the help of the IoTs. Like I think you know the this RC motor car. It's a part of robotics, but the main concept is the programming.
This is what when we want to introduce these kind of things in our school, that will consume additional funds, additional energy. We have to hire that teachers. Those students are interested to do something different from studies. We got that students and we are working with that students to design websites, codings and mobile application. But that is not included in curriculum or in like academics, but it will push the students to learn something new and do something new, because I know, because being a chairman of a school, I know it will consume additional funding for me, additional burden for me, because parents are not going to give extra penny for these programs. But at some level we have to start.
So I think
that's a very good state. So we'd love to hear more about what type of initiatives, such initiatives you are taking at the school level. to further take AI or such initiatives, and what type of IT infra you currently have, or what type of IT infra you seek, that will help us a lot at corporate level. I'd also like to add, we at Samsung are currently being trained on AI daily. Rather, we have our targets set at the corporate level, that to what level we are using AI daily, how many hours we are using AI daily. So in the same way, that how you can do it, or how you are already doing it at your level. If you can list some examples or initiatives that will further add value to us.
We have established robotics, coding, and STEM education. At the initial very conversation, we had this lead content is also prepared by lead program, in which feedbacks are also given, sample papers in respect to subjects and chapters are also directly uploaded. So we have a good variety in sample papers of 5 question papers already. When you talk about lead program, we have access to extra marks, we have access to teachment for IFPs. We have smart TVs also having the NMS LTS portal for extra marks. And then comes the robotics lab. So we have already got our 3D, there are also, in robotics if you talk about, there are certain 3D model making machines. So we have also implemented that post-July.
So good to hear that you have very good infra.
Actually, we have already, because we were having a conversation about the price and the equipment and the financial resources, but when I did my research, I have tried to keep it very minimal by taking subscriptions. Precisely. When I talk about subscriptions, we have certain outside faculties also visiting. When ऐसा होता है, जब आपके पास गाड़ी ना हो, we do Ola when we have to go, or we book a taxi. So अब आते हैं तो grassroots level में school का financial resource नहीं है. I cannot afford a car, example. But I can afford a car once a week. So for that, there are n number. We can see India is now a seed for startups. There are so many MSMEs. As educationists, we have to find and pick those MSMEs जो हमारे लिए बच्चों को train करेंगे, because that is also going to serve as a competitive edge, and that is going to be turning out into very beautiful. So all these things, if I talk about my particular school, we have 4 branches for now. So उस सब में we have allocated कि हमारा financial resource का burden भी कम रहे, but बच्चों को productivity at max. So we have to do MSMEs का कौन कर रहा है, startup कौन किसे fund कर रहा है, मान के चलो 3500 rupees में मैंने guest faculty बुला लिया जो 3D mapping machine लेके आए. Works ना? बच्चों ने अगर 20 models throughout the year बना लिए, and then we can expose them to any exhibition. फिर वो उसे explain करेंगे उनका
personality. You wanted to say something? You were saying something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask actually, is Samsung producing some kind of a VR device for schools?
We already have VR devices. So Samsung is basically a hardware company. We do make softwares for our hardwares. We also have a software here today to show you how we build embedded AI into our IFPs. Would you like to show it?
I think just before he starts, I just wanted to, part of the discussion that how we implement in schools.
Yeah.
I think, like we said, management is important, that the management gets to how it is used first in their daily life and their daily work system. So our office is using, the staff has been trained, teachers have been sent for workshops to how AI can be integrated in curricula, and plus how they can benefit by using that particular, how to do their planning, how to do their, even a short note or a message, and how to take help from it rather than.
Very well said, ma'am. I believe this is the way actually. This is how it's being implemented at Samsung also. Yeah.
And then moving to the students. So teacher training, students, and plus how we can aid in, like everybody said.
Educators need to be trained first.
Educators, and plus yes, and plus yes, and correct, and like seeing in case of special children, how it has helped us, how we can benefit in classrooms, if we train the teacher of how to correctly assess the student in using apps, or the way they can support themselves without having any adult around using AI. I think that has been, teachers have been open to it. They are not close to it anymore. They've seen the results of it. I saw them very excited. We were visiting this biggest speech camp in Lady College in Law, and I think it was about 10 teachers, and we had Billy Brock there, who was a huge person on AI, and he's giving online trainings. So it was very exciting and interesting to see how we can take the best and make it as a way of life, not like we have been talking, not like an extra additional thing. So it is something which aids me to do my work better and quicker, and plus, of course, having the discerning power to see what is right and wrong.
I just wanted to, one big thing I wanted to tell, of course expensive, and it's not really possible to have for an entire school or even for an entire section the VRs. So what I've seen in the West is that even leave aside the super rich public schools which do have these kind of VR labs and all, but the other schools, they have, the public schools there have a shareable VR system. So like I would actually love to have maybe a hub of schools where we can do this kind of an exercise, and we can have like Samsung can help us out there. One aim for me to come here was this.
About adult tinkering labs and ICT labs being made by Government of India. The funding is already being given to all government schools as of now. And as part of all adult tinkering labs and all the ICT labs which are being made, VR is a part of it. Many schools are already buying it. If you see a lot of government tinkering happening, VR headsets are already being provided in those tenders. They are part of the tender. VR content is also part of that tenders. If I have to share right now, we've supplied more than 10,000 IFE panels just in UP as of now, and government is the biggest buyer as of now. Talking about the Kendriya Vidyalaya schools over here, I believe they are the second biggest implementers of IFPs and digital classrooms, again backed by a lot of government funding. We've done supplied more than 7,000 to 8,000 of these displays as of now in these schools. So we are doing a lot of activities to digitalize and create that ecosystem around. So Mohit, you would like to firstly let's sum up what he wants to say.
Actually, I just want to make a last point. I want to start from where people said as well. Actually, we need to understand one thing, that AI is not something superficial. For example, we do not require labs to do mathematics. Okay, mathematics, we have problems, we are providing solutions. AI is just the extension of mathematics. We have to understand that AI is not very thing which is something out of this world. It is generated from the problem solving attitude. So starting from the class 3rd onwards or 2nd onwards, we can introduce design thinking, we can introduce problem thinking, solving attitudes, and these kind of problem solving subjects can tinker the creativity of the student, and later on he can do the experimentation of the computer when he will get the resources from the school or from the parent itself. But the thing is that we have to inculcate a sense of creativity in the student. That is the whole point of, I think that is the whole point of this discussion. So basically, instead of focusing on the hardware part, let's focus just on the software part, and software part is that it's the knowledge which we have to impart the student to solve the problems using the AI, and itself improving the AI through basic coding, and then he will slowly graduate into solving bigger problems using microprocessors and IoTs. Thank you, sir.
Main thing is, if we don't have any funds, how we can train our students?
Exactly.
So that was my concern, which I wanted
that's what I'm saying.
So that's my
I have
concern.
one answer.
Because digital equity, first of all,
Yeah,
and then we are talking about, everyone is talking about how the teachers should be trained,
how the workshops should be conducted, but no one has still spoken about the funds.
That's why.
Right.
We have one.
Right.
There are lots of websites.
Right.
There are lots of websites where you can get all the IDs virtually. You just plug and play, everything will work. Like AutoCAD. We are not going to design a car and then afterward, first of all, we will try and then try. It's not possible. We have computerized everything. We can plan, we can make a design, and after we can run. And then if it is okay, then only we can design a car.
And we are talking about Uttarakhand, and I feel I just speak about Dehradun. Like there are certain schools in Dehradun who are not that well equipped with everything.
Like one website is Tinkercad.
Right.
You just open that website, you can write everything, code is available. You can write your own code. You can choose anything from from resistant, everything you will get there.
One of your thoughts, right? But being in a profile of business development, I was getting so anxious. I asked Kapil especially, just give me some time to display my product, right? What it is all about and how we can inculcate AI in the Samsung Interactive Panel as well, right? So when we talk about the Samsung Interactive Panel, so we come up with three sizes: 65 inch, 75 inch, and 86 inches, right? So these are interactive displays. And when we talk about Samsung, so we are pioneer in display manufacturing or hardware, right? So there's no point discussing on our hardware part because it's one of the durable when we talk about commercial panels, right? You hit on the panel, punch this, screen won't break. So you are carefree in that part, right? Now moving towards the software part, when we say our panel is empowered by AI, right? So we have given some of the features which you are discussing as of now that we should know the keywords, right? That is one part of AI. What are the other things? That you can search anything to AI, whatever you are opening on the panel, any topic you are teaching, any video you are running, you can open or search anything to that software, right? So suppose we point that we are teaching a human heart. Right? What we'll do is we'll circle it and it will give you all the insights about the heart. Right? So you can have all the sessions here. So this is one thing. But what inputs you are giving, it will be searching that, right? There you can see you have all the content here, you have videos, you have images, everything. You can directly integrate these images on a whiteboard, right? So this is one part of searching everything to AI. Another thing that we talk about so I'll open this on YouTube as well. Hello.
If you can show the content also, that how, yeah. See, because ideally everyone has to create content. Either people buy it, either through extra marks or some of the other, Here, the functionality that Mohit is explaining you is of circle to search. Basically, you can search anything. AI will do that, run that search. It will give you videos. It will give you content, videos, images, everything. You can drag and drop that to the writing board. You can save that as PDFs. So you can do that you can also install Copilot or any other applications onto it. But this is something which is already built into it. So you can see he's just encircling on an image, he has encircled one word. And that word, once it's mentioned over there, that you will automatically take you to the other.
Right?
So this is that, yeah.
So this we have searched through videos. Right? It's a very, you can say, very easy thing for teachers as well. That whatever content they are teaching, they can find anything related to that content. Right? That is there with the other part. And now it's become very easy for everyone that you just take a screenshot of it, whatever content you want to teach in the classroom, right? And you just have to insert. Now this content, the diagram will be on your whiteboard. Right? So integration with Google, AI and your whiteboard has become so easy. So there comes the software. Right?
And to the best part, this is free.
And one more thing, because I have a couple of tabs Samsung at my. So what if we can do it like IFB panel is a product of yours? And what if I'm having any tab of yours at A6 or S9 plus or S9 FE? I know a couple of modules I do have every one of them. So if any student is having, and that would be another input to you as a coordinate associate. What if we create something, all the students, if we have like Samsung IFP, what if the students also have Samsung tabs?
Yeah.
And then what benefit they can get out of this? If school is taking, for example, school is taking 20 IFPs. So, and if we promote if the students, school is opting for Samsung products, Samsung tabs are with students. If we talk about the lowest model A and if we talk about the S series, what benefit a student can get or a parent? Because we are just talking about school should have the resources training, then student training, and what about again the topic was parent training. Educating parent is equally important to educate a child. Before educating any child, it is very, very important to educate the parents. What is important for them. So I think that would be a good also if you develop something. If you get this, you get that also. A benefit of. So in this respect, your corporate business is also going to be a move.
See, I understand your question. So first thing is to understand is that we as a company are hardware providers. So may it be a tab or may it be a display, or in display in the same category of displays we have IFPs. Now, but when we look at a Samsung as a brand, as a mobile phone company, domestic appliance company, or a display company. So we have displays, and these are all again the top-notch best displays powered by the latest software, may it be Android or Tizen, which is again a Samsung proprietary operating system. Talking about the tabs that you've mentioned over here. So tabs, although there are few applications made by Samsung, you get the benefit of integrating your tabs to the display of Samsung displays directly. So the synergy is very good. Apart from this, everything that you want to do, that is more or less through your LMS. So you can have an LMS which can be integrated. You can have your parent ID, you can have your student ID, you can have such IDs already created. So Samsung is a company, we don't offer solutions for LMS for schools. We give you displays and IFPs which will run very long time, and they will be loaded with latest softwares and capabilities. So the capabilities and benefits that you're looking at, they will be given to you by your LMS providers and API integrators.
LMS providers that directly get.
So the LMS providers that you must be having or maybe in touch with, you should look for more API integrations. Which all API integrations you can, maximum API integrations which can be put into your current LMS. In that way, you will have one tab, one window for everything. So I believe that is what you're looking for. We do have system integrators and partners which work with us on our displays. What they do actually is they build their applications and they test and run on our tablets and on our IFPs. They see that what type of solution that they can create, what type of ecosystem they can create. The same way if a gamer creates their games, and they test one that what type of ecosystem they need, what are the hardware support they need. Samsung creates that and delivers that. So this device that you can see over here, it has supports a latest GPU, and it also has the octa-core processor. Yeah. So a high RAM, which is again an 8 GB RAM that supports it. So this is the hardware infra that we built around the devices, so that they can support the software part for coming years. Yeah.
When we added in already the existing panels which we have, which do not have these applications?
Ma'am, it will depend. This is one thing that I will also like to add over here. The interactive panels that we have over here, they are of two categories. Many people don't know this. I believe 1 or 2 years back, the interactive panels which were available in the market, they were non-AELSA certified. So I believe, are you familiar with the term EDLA as of now? No? In a layman language, if I have to explain you can see a Google Play Store button over there. So this changes everything in interactive display. So there are two types of interactive displays available in the market as of now. One that have Play Store, which is basically Google certified and licensed. These panels, in these panels you can install any application, just like your tablet. You can install any application, right, 14, 13, 11, any panel, but you will not find a Google Play Store in it. So you cannot directly install any application to it. So in case if you have interactive displays which are not ED. From 2023 July only, Google launched EDLA certified panels where we are getting the Google Play Store. Samsung has Google EDLA certified panels from WAD series. The series prior to this that was available from almost 1 year. This is the latest series, the second series that we have, that is WF series. In India currently, not all OEMs they have EDLA certified panels. If you ever come across an interactive panel, the first thing that you should look for is Google Play Store button in it.
If they have, so can these programs be
Exactly.
added?
So that means Google will provide support for it. Android is proprietary of Google. So they provide updates, they provide security updates, they provide they allow you to install applications through Google Play Store.
So your company has people who can come and do that also?
Yeah, so if you have older generation interactive displays, they are more or less, they're gonna be like a normal panels with a normal whiteboard. But in future you will have to replace them. That is will be precise.
One of this one, Samsung is when we talk about EDLA certification, Google Play Store, there's some other apps as well. When we are giving you a Play Store here, right? So you can download any app which are authorized by Google, right? But the question arises, student can get their access of all the apps here, right? When teacher is not in the classroom. In that case, we are the only company which is providing you a software called DMS, right? It will be on-premises software, which will handle all your panels, control all your panels, right? It will block the websites, centralized, you can block the websites, apps, and you can block all the ports here, right? So that the control of your panel security will be in your hand. Sitting at the one place with one system, you can control all these things. So this is the edge when we talk about interactivity.
That was my competitive edge, because one product should be differentiated from another with one specific thing, that is DMS.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you compare with other brands, they will be providing the software on cloud.
So everything is same.
Yes. So those are on cloud, ours on the premises, right? That we, depending upon how we are going with the deal part, we push that software part as well. So these are the major things which we have. Plus, you can see the screen share option. Coming towards your point, sir, you can do one more thing here. Like if you are using tabs in your classroom, right? At a single point of time, 6 to 7 devices wirelessly can be connected with the panel.
That is also one.
Yes, and that will be wirelessly. Plus, you can leave those tabs or laptop aside. You can operate those tabs and laptops from here. You will touch here. That touch will work on your laptop, on your tabs. So 6, 7 devices can be parallelly connected and can parallelly work. But access will be in the hand of teacher.
So many schools in Delhi NCR, they've quit the normal row sitting that we have in schools, So, and they've modified their sitting to a round table sitting. And then you'll find interactive display at the center, or maybe two interactive displays on left and right, to which group of students normally they keep exercising, and they run AI on it, and they let students explore what they want to do. So normally they have class of 20 minutes, and then that is how they do. Even at the higher education level, if you've heard of the name of the Rhodia's University, so the latest in development, what they've done is like they have a similar setup where they have 5 of these displays, all on the left, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the center. So teacher normally takes the class from the interactive display, and the students have a round table sitting. So students are not sitting in a row level, or that supports more interactivity in the class, more engagements in the class, and as I believe Arun said, that you need to troubleshoot, you need to invite research, and that is how we can do it.
Adding to it, this is one part of screen share, right? But here, what you can also do is you can display, so you can push the panel screen on the device's display. So it works vice versa, right? So that is majorly we are doing here, making your teachers' life easy so that they can make their classroom interaction more attractive and interactive, right?
Again, well, teachers can channelize their energy rather than making panels and everything. They can just directly come to the.
See, generally teachers take around 10 to 20 minutes drawing a diagram, heart diagram or any diagram, right? They bring up the whole set of compass and everything, they draw it. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes.
Exactly.
You just have to.
एक चीज लगती है इसमें सबसे अच्छी लग रही है कि अब टीचर से बच्चे सिली क्वेश्चन भी कर लेते हैं, कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चन पता कर लेते हैं जो टीचर को कहना पड़ता है कि आई विल आंसर नेक्स्ट डे. ये इसके सबसे बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन.
Making a lower skilled teacher, well, eventually a higher skilled teacher at the very same time, and eventually when you talk about senior students, it's a concern of reputation also. Because once a teacher is not able to answer, they have a preconceived notion that this teacher is not good, and eventually that is going to, breed in the minds of the parents as well after a point of time.
Actually, for the teenagers or for the they want thrill in everything. So if we are just presenting AI as a thrill, they are going for the games, they are going for, but not for the positive use of AI. So यहाँ for using AI in learning point of view, using that learning point of view, and giving them thrill at same time is the main should be the main concern of education.
Even if you install a mic on the panel as well, now with the help of AI tool, you can speak and it will search that for you, right? Plus, it will give you proper notes of it, transcript. So once the notes are prepared, your whole year work has been done. For upcoming 10 to 12 years, you have a content library saved with you, right? So that is there, and even you can record all the lectures of yours.
Anyone would like to add more? Anyone who's not put their comments? Sir, would you like to say something? Okay. And would you like to say something?
सर मैं बस यही बोल रही थी, सारी चीजें शायद कवर हो गई हैं, बस ये AI सबको पता है, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा आउटपुट आता है सब कुछ, बट एग्जैक्टली इसको यूज कैसे करना है और बस ट्रेनिंग कैसे पॉज करना है,
कॉस्ट कटिंग का मैं कुछ बताऊं, मैं फिर से बताना चाह रहा हूँ, इट इज जस्ट लाइक मैथमेटिक्स. हम ना उसके जैसे मैथमेटिक्स करने के बाद हमने हेड्रोन कोलाइडर बनाया. अब वो हेड्रोन कोलाइडर थोड़ी हमें बनाना है, हमें उसके पीछे के मैकेनिक्स को समझना है. वैसे ही AI है, AI को हम अगर हम स्टार्टिंग करेंगे तो 6, 7, 8 में डिजाइनिंग थिंकिंग है, उससे पहले प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व.
एग्जैक्टली सर, जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दिया ना कि कुछ भी करना मुश्किल नहीं है, जैसे भी जरमरत जी ने कहा था, सबका अकाउंट है, सबको डिजिटल पेमेंट करना, इजी हो जाएगा.
It's not about AI, it's about the use of AI.
Exactly.
So for using AI, we need all these things. Like teaching them AI is different, but using AI for the subject enrichment is different. And for that, we need all these things.
Once you understand AI, then you will be able to use it much judicially
and much more
I'm not,
experientially.
exactly, I'm not talking about the issue. I'm
So I'll break down the cost here.
I think that would be.
So let's say, very tentatively, these panels they cost around 1.5 lakhs to 1 lakh rupees. Let's say depending upon the sizes. But tentative breakdown, to give you an idea of it, 1 lakh rupees panel, just to give you an example, for a class size of 40, for dividing by the 12 months, that is 1 year monthly cost, divided by these panels, they come with a 3 years warranty. The cost of panel is never more than 70 to 80 rupees per child per month. I believe any school today, this is one reason why government is investing so highly into interactive panels today. I believe many people must not be knowing this, but Gujarat government, they bought more than, I think so, up till now 20 to 30,000 of these panels. We have around, I believe, 9 lakh classrooms in India, which are in private. We have around 9 lakh in government. There are more actually, but to the level we know is 9 lakhs. To these, if you see overall procurement done by government of India in last 4 to 5 years, they've already bought more than 2.5 lakh displays.
No, so the question you're talking about is the government spending.
Yeah.
But we have private enough. So
Yeah.
the thing is, if a school has invested in the last 2 years buying panels for the entire school, which is costing her the same, well, how would they replace it unless you're giving them something in return? You say, okay, you give me this panel back and I will give you this in return with a certain concession or something. Because if somebody's invested lakh a year ago, they're not going to spend another lakh buying a new panel again.
So
My question is that. So like we have panels and all this. So we aid it with Samsung or we get the system in because something like
We can definitely help you with that. You can, so we might, I'll share my card also, and we will also introduce you to Prakash. Prakash is here. Prakash will be sharing his card with you. He's based out of Dehradun. He manages Uttarakhand. And any such requirement of yours, we are looking forward to upgrade your panels or any type of IT support that you're looking for in Samsung. We welcome that.
I have one more
Yeah.
because I have a couple of panels from Teachwing, the new AMR. By God's grace, I know the founders personally, so we had this discussion like 8 or 12 months back approximately. So when they were about to introduce IAPs, so we had a Google Meet because they are in Bangalore for now. So I had this thing in my mind. For example, any school buys, आपने 1 lakh you said for 1 lakh, and I want to have 10 lakh rupees basically. I need 10 panels, so I need 10 lakh rupees. And obviously the payment mode is 50-50 or 25 or 50 at the time, or basically jotting it down to complete payment at the time of installation. So I proposed this thing to Teachment, and that was because they have certain association with banks. So if you are opting for one thing, Vathana is one of the finance option. Now they have, for IAP specifically, they have collaboration with ICICI. My question to, so basically it goes like,
they will pay for financing for schools banking.
so in-house hona chahiye. It should not be like we are taking a loan for IRB, but it should be like, for example, we are only directly associated to Samsung. Eventually, जैसे हमारा e-Nash चलता है, so according हाँ basically e-Nash. I hope you know about this. So e-Nash हो जाए, and we give you, for example, we are sitting here and we give you order like 20 IRB. So हमारा जो monthly आएगा, one time payment हो गया, हमारे account से कट
We tried this at Delhi NCR, and to our surprise, this is quite astonishing, but to our surprise, most of the schools, they were not looking for financing options. They were only looking for discounting. They said that we already have our EMIs. Our EMI, yeah, so they were able to afford them. No, it's not like, it's like they said that we already have our EMI payers, they're the parents. They are paying their EMIs. So they are not looking for financing options. So, yeah. The second thing that I like to put over here is everyone is familiar with ArdorComm. Yeah, they were the first financiers and they were the first people to provide us these models in India. They got bankrupt. Many schools stopped paying them after 1 year. So that is not a very good model to follow as of now. Until and unless it is being backed by a panel.
Bank के साथ सर actually ICICI के साथ they have only 6 months coverage. They are not asking for 24 months or 36 months. They are not buying for that. So you are asking for short term financing.
If you are looking for short term financing,
but my concern is, are you having this?
Yes, we do have. So we have, yeah, from not only OEM side, but see, Teachment is a very small organization as compared to Samsung. So we are more than 1 lakh crores company in India today. So rather, I believe under one FDI, Samsung is the biggest company in India under one FDI. So we have very big partners. We have very big partners which are actually financing this for our side, and they are the people who are taking this risk as well. But they're definitely facilitating these 2 schools which are looking for this option. So I'll just sum up. Anyone wants to say anything, or shall we sum up for the day? So I believe we had a very good discussion. Thank you everyone for being part of this, and I'll say that we welcome any type of requests from you for any technology support. If you're looking for any type of help from our side, or we'll be sharing our cards with you in case if you are required anywhere regarding any type of trainings or any type of presentations or any type of endorsements. Do let us know. We can collaborate and we can take it forward. We have Prakash here. I'll introduce you. Prakash, you can say hi and come here once. So Prakash is based out of Dehradun. He can come and meet you in person. You can also share your requirements in person to him, and he can get those to us. So I'm based out of Gurgaon. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your thoughts. I believe we had a very good discussion. You can have hands-on the display also. Thank you so much.